Hey everybody, my name's Forgotten. Today I wanted to talk more about the Ace of Spades hand cannon, because in my first video that I made, where I was pretty much reviewing it and talking about the things that I liked about it and the things I didn't like about it, I missed some stuff because I was kind of rushing the video because I wanted to be world's first in the review. Because, I mean, come on. Every Destiny player, or at least almost every Destiny player, wants to be world's first for something. I got my world's first for once. It's not a raid, and I'm not gonna get a raid belt from it. But hey, world's first something. So hey, that's so that's good. I mean, hey, at least on the bright side, I once was top 500 in the day one of King's Fall. That was fun experience. Not D1, only D2. But yeah, it's time for me to talk about some of the stuff that I want to talk about in the first video. Some pros and cons, and some new stuff I've learned about the Ace of Spades. Like, for instance, I didn't know this, but I was kind of wondering how the hell would you get a jammed bullet out of the gun? Because how this works is it's an electronic gun where if you pull the trigger, it revs a two wheels that are in here, right in here, about here. So I was wondering how the hell would you get rid of a gun jam? So apparently, on the side where you can install the batteries, there's a little door that can slide open. So yeah, and actually you can see the wheels right here. So let me just zoom it up and let the camera focus, if the camera can focus. Right there, you can see the two wheels. So funny enough, when the wheels, when the doors open, the wheels will not spin if I press the button. So you can clearly see that the thing is not spinning. But funny enough, you can actually still fire the gun. If you hold this and press the trigger, you can actually still fire the gun, but the bullets won't come out. I would highly advise not doing that because you can actually jam up the gun pretty badly. So once I close this, it can then start revving again. And how the wheels work is the top one rotates clockwise, while the bottom wheel rotates counterclockwise. And in doing so, creates the ability to fire the projectile. So yeah, I learned that. I also talked about some other things that I didn't like about the gun, some pros and cons. And you can see the video, the first video down in the description down below, because I explained in detail more about the gun, but I'll quickly a little bit summarize some stuff. So one thing I didn't talk about is I really like the like the kind of engraving that they did, the design right here. Like this kind of engrave pattern I really like. And I do like the Ace of Spades, how it goes from like a bright red to a yellow orange, because I mean, if anyone knew me and my Let's Play channel, I really like the color orange. I mean, hell, my profile is an orange tiger, which apparently is the Bengals tiger, which I didn't know was a thing. So apparently, yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I just got that photo randomly off the internet when I was starting my YouTube. So yeah, pretty much I really like this gun, and I like it so much that I actually bought a second one, because I actually have plans for that second one. I want to get two important signed autographs on that, and I have plans for that. If I ever grow as a big YouTuber and continue getting, you know, fame and power and influence, I actually have plans for that Ace of Spades that I bought recently that's coming new in box. I want to get two autographs on it, and then I want to auction it off for charity of my choice. So I'm kind of planning that, but at the same time, not really, because that's kind of like a very in the future kind of a plan, because the YouTube channel is growing, 705 subscribers, almost close to 1,000, almost close to monetization. So that's great. But yeah, I have plans for that. I have plans for that Ace of Spades. I want to help out and give to the needy, because helping people is good. Helping people is important. So yeah, I have plans for that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about the hand cannon is I realized something. Out of the first video, I realized something massive as a problem. So I wanted to put this on my desk and mount it as like a kind of like a replica, like kind of like a prop, kind of just show it off and be like, yeah, this is the Ace of Spades hand cannon. This is it. Look at how beautiful it is. But then I realized something. It doesn't come with a stand. Throughout the entire box, it does not come with a stand where you can just have it propped up on your desk. And the worst part about this gun is the fact that it's kind of very wobbly on a desk. So I'm worried that if it falls on its side, either its left or right side, it can cause internal damage or micro fissures in the plastic that could slowly wear and cause damage to the replica over time. So I really wish that they kind of gave you a slightly cheap holder that can kind of prop it on your desk and you don't have to worry about it falling on its side. I really wish that they did that. Funny enough, on the internet, there's actually a very reputable place called Etsy where people make 3D printed Ace of Spades hand cannons, and they actually sell stands for the hand cannon. And I mean, if this video like got super big and maybe got a lot of likes, I might buy one just to unbox and show off it and compare it to this Nerf replica. But they do, the Etsy replicas are very expensive because you're paying for the 3D printers costs, like time, its resources, the shipping and handling, the human building it, pretty much, like the time and hassle of just building it. Like there's like it's expensive, but if you want an actual physical replica that sadly doesn't fire because it's not like a Nerf gun, they have reputable buyers on Etsy, and they don't just make Ace of Spades hand cannons, they make everything. I actually wonder if the Ace of Spades hand cannons on Etsy has a better like holder for the chamber, the gun chamber, because yeah, I really hate how flimsy this is. I talked about that in the first video. Okay, another little update. But actually, before we begin that update, I want to say something. This video is sponsored by Raid Salvation's Edge. Raid Salvation's Edge is the hit new 6v Infinite PvE game mode. Do you want to go into a raid having to relearn simple basic preschool geometry?
Now, we've also got the semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
the semicircle?
Semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right, it's the square hole. Okay, up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes into,
triangle.
Right?
Triangle.
That's right, the square hole.
Do you want to play with random LFG members or a bunch of friends for 4 to 6 hours and not get the exotic and look like this? Do you want to fight Netflix's adaptation of Megamind?
Oh, you're a villain, all right. Just not a super one.
Well, look no further to Raid Salvation's Edge. Use code "You're gonna get screwed" in any code bar, search bar on the internet, and you'll get a 5% increase to getting the new exotic that is exclusive to the raid. I mean, just look at that exotic. Look at how nice it is. I would test it out and show you how it works, but I don't even have it. So yeah. So use the code use the code. Yeah, just use the code. Yeah. Okay. I'm done making fun of that. I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to put you guys through that. Okay. But yeah, let me continue explain some other stuff. So pretty much that's like the stuff that I like about the gun. I got a lot of information from people that apparently the electronic Nerf guns are actually fire less distance than if it was like a pump spring type system. So that's kind of a disappointment that I learned about. Another thing that I also learned, I got to figure out how to pin comments, but actually the artist who claimed plagiarism, that their art design of the Ace of Spades was plagiarized actually commented on my video, and I forgot to pin it, but yeah, they commented on my previous video. Apparently what happened was they contacted Bungie. Bungie looked into it, and apparently Bungie found that one of the employees at Nerf, or a group of employees at Nerf, decided to steal the artist's artwork without their permission and use it as the Ace of Spades Nerf replica design. So Bungie pretty much apologized and compensated the artist, and it even gave them a free replica as an apology, as an extra apology. I bet the Nerf employee and or Nerf employees are probably lost their jobs or getting absolutely chewed out by their boss, because yeah, that was pretty bad. So yeah, I'm actually not really surprised. A lot of people were saying that Bungie was at fault and that Bungie was doing this, but it wasn't Bungie. I knew that it had to be Nerf, because Bungie wouldn't have designed this. It would have been Nerf. So now we got the confirmation that it was Nerf, because I was kind of neutral a little bit. So Nerf plagiarized. And funny enough, I kind of expected that, because the artist in question is not an extremely known or popular artist. So people will kind of exploit that to their advantage, especially people who have no skill. So a person was like, you know what, since I don't have any creativity, might as well find a piece of art that someone drew of the Ace of Spades and use that as the design, instead of just making up something themselves. So and that is something that does happen. I've had my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos plagiarized a couple of times, and people expect, oh, he's not going to know. No, I'm very quick to knowing. And funny enough, because of that, I actually have the ability to contact YouTube on speed dial. So pretty much, if anyone ever does that again, I can just like hit up YouTube. Usually, YouTubers with 100,000 subscribers gets a handler, but it's not really a handler. It's more of just a I can just report it if it's someone using my likeness and my videos without my permission. So yeah, I've had that happen to me too. So I feel bad for the artists that happened to them. But hey, on the bright side, they got paid, and they will permanently have this in both the Destiny game and in real life. So their artwork will always be remembered. And funny enough, also, one of the TWABs, Bungie actually even stated that, yeah, this design was made by the artist. So they like gave special thanks for the artist for designing it. So yeah, so all in all, everything worked out for that person. So pretty much, I really do enjoy this weapon, and also now I understand how Bungie Store works, because I've only bought 2 things from Bungie Store, which one is the Ace of Spades replica, and the second one being the Godslayer title pin from doing Pantheon, because yeah, back when Pantheon came out, I was doing it immediately the week it came out. When a new week came out, I was doing it day one. I absolutely loved Pantheon. That was such a fun experience. I even I trioed and flawlessed Pantheon too, because that's how much I really like that game mode. I wish they would actually bring that game mode back. It was really fun. But whatever, it is what it is. So those are the only 2 things I've ever bought from Bungie. So I didn't know how their pre-order system works. So now that it's past the 24th, I now understand how their pre-order system works. So apparently pre-order is for exclusively giving Destiny players who played the game and completed the certain goals to get access to this gun, has the ability to buy this early. And then there's the other, and then once the date has ended, then everyone gets the ability to purchase it. So pretty much now you can just buy it without having to put in any work into the game. The downside is it most likely will take a much longer time shipping, because I got mine in 5 days. Probably you'll get yours maybe mid-October, which is a long time. So that's kind of a downside And another thing about that is now there's a high probability that they'll run out of stock. So pretty much from now on, you have to either, if you really want this, you have to save up, because pretty much once they're out of stock, they're not gonna probably make more. So once it's gone because it's a limited time thing. And some people actually said that they would wait until it's like they have the ability to purchase on eBay, but I highly say don't do that, because there's tons of people that'll probably be scalpers and try to sell it for like a good pretty penny. Because in total, with everything and the shipping and handling and everything, it's a $50, but it's about $66 total with everything. So scalpers will probably try to increase that a little bit more on eBay and maybe sell it for $70, $80, maybe even $90. So I highly say don't buy it from third parties, because they'll probably try to make profit off of it. So all in all, very good gun. Really enjoy it. Have had a lot of fun with it, and I've gotten super used to it now. I'm actually going to try to, in this video, reload it the same way that Cade does in the game. So I'm going to do that in a moment. But pretty much, I really love it. And I do want to say one other thing. If anyone who's watching this has a 3D printer and or has an Etsy, I would strongly suggest buying one of these and then trying to figure out the dimensions of this. Because if you could make a stand for this, a lot of people will probably buy that. Hell, I'll even buy that. Put it to a reasonable price, like $10 or $12 for the stand, maybe less, maybe like $5. And people will probably buy it, because I would love a stand for this thing so that it doesn't fall over and I can prop it up on my desk so that it can look nice. Because currently I just have it on my side on my desk, and I don't like that. I like having it propped up, so I wish that was a thing. So yeah, so that's everything. Let me quickly reload it and show you my reloading skills. Now, I strongly suggest never doing this, because it's extremely dangerous. This is a very heavy toy replica, and it is about maybe 1 or 2 pounds. So I highly suggest not doing this, because if it falls on the ground, you can cause damage to the plastic and maybe internal mechanisms. So I highly recommend not doing this. But I'm just doing it because I kind of got used to it. Okay, so yeah, that you can reload it just like the Ace of Spades in the game. I would say be very, very, very careful, because like I said, if you drop it, you may break it. So pretty much all in all, I strongly suggest buying it. It's pretty good. And for $50, it's designed pretty well, and I really do enjoy it. I do regret somewhat not buying the Gallahorn, but apparently I even heard that the Gallahorn kind of had problems with the way it fires. Like, its distance wasn't that good. On the bright side, this one does fire a pretty good considerable distance. So yeah, so that's the extra bit of information that I wanted to add. One other thing that I did want to add to the video. If someone is a lore buff or has good understanding of the mathematics of the game itself, because I'm pretty good at math myself too, but there's some things that I just don't understand about the game, and there's not like enough mathematical knowledge to understand it. How big is a Guardian? Because this thing is insanely ridiculous. In the previous video, I felt that this was more width than length based off of the game, but now I think that it's actually more length than width. Like, it's way more longer. Like, I don't know what the actual size of a Guardian is, because when I look at the games, like cutscenes like Cade versus Crow, or this being on a player's hip in the tower, the gun looks so small. But compared to like the replica, this thing's a goddamn hand cannon. And I know everyone's saying that that's what a hand cannon is, but hand cannon pretty much means it's just like a revolver that fires high caliber rounds, like magnum ammo. So it's not a pistol. It's not like a Glock where it uses a magazine. It's pretty much a revolver. But the problem with this is it's so large. It's like Hellboy large. Like, this is something I would see Hellboy fight with. So it's ridiculous, because the practicality of firing this gun in the game is not non-existent. Because for instance, Nerf bullets have a size of about 50 caliber. So Nerf bullets are considered 50, or Nerf darts, because someone said that I shouldn't call it bullets. Nerf darts are considered 50 caliber rounds if you were to like compare them with real bullets. So pretty much if you're firing a 50 caliber hand cannon, just think of the amount of recoil, and just like it would just destroy your wrists. Like there is actually a 50 caliber hand cannon that exists, but it requires 2 hands, and it looks like a goddamn, like, it doesn't look like a pistol. It does not look like a pistol. It looks like a 2-handed thing where you have to like hold it at the stock. So it's completely impractical. Now, granted, Destiny 2 is a game about space wizards with immortality given to them by a spear god, and technically, when you look at the game, the Ace of Spades hand cannon puts in an entire cylinder, not a magazine that holds like ammo. So it might just be energy based. So maybe that's the reason why. Because also, funny enough, the Ace of Spades has 12 rounds in it. This only has 6. So so pretty much, I have no idea how large a Guardian is, and tell me if this is actually lore accurate. Like, this is how big a hand cannon is. Because if that's the case, then that means that Guardians are tall as hell, like Shaquille O'Neal tall at this point. Because my God, it's insane. But yeah, just wanted to update the Ace of Spades video because I missed a little bit of stuff in it. I've added some new information, stuff that happened to the artist and everything like that. And also, thank you everyone for who watched it. It really helped grow my YouTube channel. I mean, I'm usually a Let's Player who doesn't do unboxings, and this is my first unboxing ever. And you guys showed so much love and support. You subscribed a lot, and you gave a lot of likes, and you've helped me with a lot of watch hours. And maybe, just maybe, I might be able to get a little enable monetization, which would be beneficial for me because I can like save up money for the expenses of college, since college is horrible. And alleviate some of the suffering of my father because I feel bad for him. And pretty much I can also, maybe if I get a lot of monetization, save up, put it in the stock market. Maybe do another unboxing video. Maybe unbox an Etsy replica of Ace of Spades. Who knows? But yeah, thanks everyone for all the love and support and watching the video, and the previous video, which I'll have a link down in the description down below, and you can rewatch that, or watch it if you haven't watched it, because I go more somewhat into detail about my thoughts on the replica. But yeah, I really enjoyed this replica. I really like it. There are some pros, there are some cons, but all in all, it's a good purchase. And since it's limited time, once it's gone, it's gone. So try to get it when you can, because you have a very limited time. So, and pretty much what the limited time is how much is in stock. So yeah, I have to end the video. I'll see all of you next video. See ya.